Hey friends, welcome back to the channel after what feels like an absolute age, because today we are diving deep into a highly requested topic: how to batch a substantial stack of short form clips, specifically for Instagram Reels, using highly efficient production hacks. I'm going to reveal a couple of my favorite production secrets, including the exact method I use to repurpose material from other platforms like TikTok without letting the process completely drain all of your creative energy. If you have ever spent an entire afternoon filming and editing just one short reel, believing that the process should take much longer than it actually does, then I guarantee you are going to want to stick around for the workflow I'm about to outline for you today. To kick things off, my personal goal for this particular batching session is to successfully create a minimum of 5 distinct high-quality Instagram Reels that feel fresh and relevant to my audience right now. The key to making this happen is that I deliberately switch up my top, I swap out just a couple of small, easily accessible props, and I record several different micro moments all within the same filming block. I absolutely do not try to complete an entire reel, from the initial concept right through to the final export, within a single, continuous session, because that specific approach is truly a direct invitation to complete creative burnout. Instead, the professional method is to complete all of the raw filming, capturing every possible angle and gesture, and then I consciously schedule the entire editing phase for a completely separate block of time later on. This critical separation saves an incredible amount of mental energy throughout the day and significantly streamlines the overall production timeline, making the whole process feel much more manageable. Just a quick note on my specific setup: I rely heavily on a massive ultra-wide monitor, which gives me plenty of real estate to see all my assets laid out neatly during the editing process. I keep my lighting setup incredibly simple with just a single powerful LED light source to ensure consistent, flattering illumination across all my takes for the day. For capturing high-quality supporting B-roll footage, I use my dedicated YouTube camera, but the primary footage for the reels themselves is always captured vertically on my trusty smartphone mounted on a rock-solid tripod. The actual outfit changes need to happen extremely fast, so I strategically keep a small selection of tops and a few pairs of sunglasses immediately within reach to quickly generate slightly different visual aesthetics without a massive time commitment. Here is a pro tip that has served me incredibly well: focus on layering pieces of clothing instead of attempting full, time-consuming wardrobe overhauls between every single shot you record. For instance, simply adding a beanie or a bold sweater can instantly signal a subtle shift in energy or a completely different on-screen character, without any need for a complete reset. Now, let's talk about where the best, most timely content ideas originate. And for me, without a doubt, my single biggest source of inspiration continues to be the TikTok platform. I specifically spend time scrolling through my liked videos and the content I have saved because I am searching for underlying beats, popular energy levels, and successful narrative formats that resonate strongly with users. The reality is that many creators on that platform are significantly ahead of the curve when it comes to creative transitions and delivering powerful storytelling within very tight time constraints. My approach is to isolate a trending sound or a recognizable rhythm and then deliberately reimagine that structure to fit a more professional or business-centric message that I want to convey. For example, a viral audio clip about remembering important things easily translates into me listing the common mistakes that every single new founder should strive to avoid early on. Similarly, a high-energy, fast-paced hype transition can be perfectly repurposed to deliver a powerful, concise 15-second coaching tip that packs a significant punch. If your goal is to rapidly build up an idea bank without constant searching, the best strategy is to actively curate a dedicated likes folder or favorites collection you can rely on. Here is a crucial rule of thumb I live by when I'm actively filming any vertical video content. You should position your camera slightly further back than what initially feels instinctively comfortable for the shot. This slight distance is necessary because you must absolutely avoid placing any critical on-screen text or any major attention-grabbing movements too close to the very top or the very bottom edges of your captured frame. Instagram displays Reels in 2 primary formats: the beautiful full-screen 9:16 view when someone directly taps on the reel, and the slightly tighter 4.5 aspect ratio seen within the main scrolling feed or on the profile grid. Since a significant percentage of your overall viewership will still be casually scrolling through that main feed initially, anything positioned outside that critical 4.5 safe zone risks getting awkwardly cropped out of view completely. Therefore, when you are framing your shot and thinking about where you will eventually place your words, always err heavily on the side of giving your subject plenty of necessary breathing room. When I am actually filming, I stick to incredibly simple and repeatable physical movements, like maybe a small, authentic little dance, a quick point directly towards the lens, or a momentary, thoughtful look away from the camera. Please do not feel pressured to choreograph complex routines unless that specific dance-focused style is genuinely part of your established brand identity, which is perfectly fine if it is. A key part of the filming session is to always record multiple takes of everything, and then immediately save the takes you feel good about as drafts, utilizing the built-in draft features on both major platforms. Having this comprehensive collection of slightly different recorded looks, varying energies, and multiple angles provides you with abundant creative options in the edit bay without ever needing to pick up the camera again later. Now, we finally arrive at the editing stage, and this is the moment where the entire batching philosophy truly pays off and demonstrates its enormous value to your workflow. I begin by sitting down with all the recorded raw clips and completing a very rapid first pass to select only the absolute winning takes that truly showcase the best performance or information delivery. If you found inspiration from a specific TikTok sound, you can certainly reuse that exact same audio track if it remains available, but I find a much better path involves making a clean export of your original content. Alternatively, you can simply allow a specialized tool, which I will detail in a moment, to handle the most time-consuming parts of the post-production heavy lifting for you automatically. When I am editing natively within the actual social media application, I deliberately focus my attention on just 3 primary elements: perfect timing synced to the background audio, extremely concise on-screen text, and highly readable caption overlays. If you're adding any form of supporting text label to your screen, you must utilize the set duration feature so that each piece of crucial information pops onto the screen and then disappears at precisely the right narrative moment. Let me share a couple of key editing adjustments I learned through many frustrating trial and error sessions so you can avoid making the same mistakes I did when starting out. First, always endeavor to keep the absolute most important visual action or the central piece of information directly in the dead center of the frame to totally eliminate any risk of cropping on the main feed view. Secondly, if your script requires you to gesture or point toward a specific piece of supporting text, that text absolutely must reside entirely within the boundaries of the Save 4.5 feed area. And finally, for those moments where you want to create a simulated 2-person conversation or bit, lean heavily into those layered outfit changes, like a quick switch of glasses or a jacket, to act out both parts yourself. Now, let's transition our focus entirely to implementing a much smarter, more robust workflow centered around intelligent content repurposing, which has been a total game changer for me. Previously, I used to manually handle every single step, filming for one platform, painstakingly trying to remove any unwanted watermarks, reformatting the dimensions, and then re-uploading the file everywhere, which was a colossal waste of time. That unsustainable manual grind is precisely why I began integrating an AI-powered video clipping application into my routine, and I can honestly say that specific tool completely revolutionized how I approach batch content creation. I want to walk you through exactly how I utilize this functionality in a practical way without any hard sell tactics, because it's just genuinely useful for modern creators. The process starts simply. I upload one single long-form piece of content, perhaps a recorded webinar, a lengthy podcast interview, or an unedited YouTube recording, into the system. The artificial intelligence engine then automatically analyzes the entire video to pinpoint and extract the absolute highest engagement segments, spitting out several ready-to-post, perfectly sized clips for immediate review. This is not some form of video magic, but rather incredibly smart editing, because the system is programmed to identify strong opening hooks, deftly trim unnecessary dead air or pauses, and select those powerful moments where engagement naturally peaks. It creates multiple short options for you to test different opening statements and hooks without ever having to press the record button on your camera for a reshoot, which is a massive time saver. The dedicated auto edit mode has single-handedly saved me dozens of hours of tedious manual review, transforming a process that took hours into mere minutes of focused approval time. Instead of you spending hours meticulously sifting through 2 hours of footage searching for those hidden 15-second gems, the AI delivers you ready-made candidate clips that you can polish to perfection. Moving past just clip selection, the same integrated platform significantly streamlines the publishing schedule by offering automated scheduling capabilities across all of your linked social channels. You simply approve the clips, tell the software how frequently you want content to go out, and it intelligently spaces those posts across the coming weeks to maintain a consistent presence. This feature alone is a complete lifesaver when you have just finished batching a colossal 2-hour video and you need to ensure you have a full month's worth of high-quality material ready to deploy. The content calendar view is another highly underrated feature because it allows you to see everything that is currently queued up, rearrange the order easily, refine captions, and even swap out cover thumbnails, all within one unified dashboard. This eliminates the constant, frustrating need to jump between multiple different apps, check spreadsheets, or try to juggle various external tracking documents just to manage your output. When comparing this to other popular content creation tools on the market, you will notice that many platforms focus strictly on a single, isolated feature like basic trimming or simple scheduling, which leaves a major gap. Those limited platforms often lack the comprehensive, end-to-end pipeline required for creators who need to consistently transform massive long-form content into a steady, reliable stream of engaging short clips. Furthermore, a lot of the competing applications seem to be priced far too high, often resembling enterprise-level software costs, or they frustratingly force you to constantly export and then re-import clips, completely defeating the batching purpose. For my specific needs, the true sweet spot is the potent combination: intelligent clip identification, integrated scheduling functionality, and that handy visual calendar interface, all accessible without needing a professional video editor certification. Regarding the important ethical discussion around watermarks and creator crediting, I will never advocate for or provide methods to bypass platform watermarks or remove attribution from other hardworking creators. That practice is fundamentally unfair to the talented individuals who put in the work to generate that original content, and it is simply not how we operate here. The correct route is to use your tool's native clean export features for footage you actually own. Or if you are inspired by a trend, simply recreate the concept using your own unique recording and perspective. Putting your own authentic spin on an established viral idea is how trends naturally evolve, and it is the only way to ensure that you always remain a completely legitimate and respected voice in the space. To summarize the practical batching steps that I follow without fail every single time I settle down to create new content, let's quickly run through the sequence one more time. Step 1 involves dedicating about 20 to 30 focused minutes specifically to gathering inspiration from your saved posts and trending audio, allowing you to select 3 to 6 solid concepts you can easily film that day. Step 2 is setting up your singular, optimized lighting and camera configuration once, and then filming all the necessary takes for every single chosen concept back to back, remembering to lean on layering for quick visual variety. For step 3, save absolutely everything you film into drafts immediately, and resist the temptation to force detailed edits while you are still on set. That finalization must wait for the calm edit session. Step 4 is the post-production phase where you upload all that raw footage into your AI clipper of choice, approve the top candidate clips that the AI proposes, and then quickly apply necessary captions and on-screen text before exporting. Finally, step 5 is leveraging the built-in scheduler and content calendar to automatically publish those finalized clips over the subsequent weeks, ensuring continuous audience engagement without daily effort. I know this entire process can sound like a substantial amount of organized work upfront, but I assure you, batching is the single most powerful time leverage tool available to content creators right now. Just one focused morning spent on filming and one session on editing can comfortably fuel your entire social content calendar for several weeks, allowing you to focus elsewhere. And if you are a creator who genuinely despises that constant, draining mental context switching between different tasks, having a prepared queue of content ready to go is truly the only sane way to scale your efforts successfully. My final piece of advice is that Instagram is still heavily prioritizing the reach of Reels content, so making the effort to experiment with these formats right now is a profoundly smart strategic move. Always remain acutely mindful of those crucial framing and text-safe zones we discussed, ensure you always show respect when borrowing ideas from others, and actively seek out tools that genuinely eliminate friction from your workflow. For my personal workflow, this specific AI clipper evolved from being just a neat little experiment into an absolutely core, non-negotiable part of how I manage my entire content operation. It expertly finds the absolute juiciest highlights within my long-form videos, effortlessly assists with the entire scheduling process, and keeps my overarching content calendar perfectly tidy and organized. Alright friends, that concludes this full behind the scenes look at my reel batching and repurposing system that keeps me sane and productive throughout the week. If you are hungry for more granular detail, I might put together a follow-up video specifically dedicated to how I select the perfect thumbnail, how I craft captions for maximum reach, and how to effectively split test different video hooks. Until that next upload, I strongly encourage you to go batch just a few clips using this system. Definitely try out that layering trick for your quick outfit changes and test feeding a long recording into an AI clipper. I truly think you will be pleasantly surprised by the quality and quantity of content that the technology can unearth from your existing library of recordings that you thought was just sitting there collecting digital dust. That is all for this session. Thank you so much for watching, and I will genuinely catch all of you in the next video.